what does Waterloo mean to you? And how did you like even get the idea of wanting to be a barber?
Wow. So what Waterloo means to me is community, you know. I can think back and give roses to many people along the way that had a hand into making me the man I am today, you know, various individuals. And that community aspect was really the strength of Waterloo. When you talk about, when you ask me a question about Waterloo and the east side and the west side, the east side of Waterloo was community, you know. It was truly that stereotypical time where if you got in trouble, 3-4 houses, and moms and aunties and step cousins would get on you before you got home. You know, I grew up before there was internet and cell phones and whatnot, but you got a trouble along the line, and however it happened, your mama knew what happened before you got home, and you got in trouble at various spots, and you got in trouble when you got home. So Waterloo for me was very much community.
Yes, sir.
Very much.
And would you say like in high school, was there ever a time like you found yourself maybe like cutting hair, or how was it like for Byron in high school?
For me in high school, in terms of cutting hair, or just in general?
Just in general, and maybe in terms of cutting hair.
You know, high school was again, that community aspect, linked up with a group of friends. You know, we gave ourselves a little moniker. We called ourselves LOC. You know, it was various meanings depending on who you talk to in a group. But as men, we have a group chat to this day. We still communicate with each other. We LOC'd our group, started business meetings and things like that. But we called it Leaders of Change for our community in Waterloo. And a lot of my friends are there in the community now doing a lot of things. So for me, in terms of cutting hair, it really started not having a lot of resources. You know, I don't want to use the word poor because I had a lot of love around me, but so I wasn't poor in that aspect. But we didn't have a lot of financial resources. So, you know, I can get a haircut maybe once every 3 or 4 months, you know, 2 months. You know how it is. It's rough.
Yes,
your head nappy, people laughing at you. So I started to learn to cut my own hair. And me being a barber grew out of that necessity of me learning to cut my own hair. And so, you know, everything happened step by step from that. But that was the genesis of it, me learning to just do my own hair.
So, like, let me ask you this. So when you wanted to, like, make the commitment to go on to college, was there like friends in your neighborhood that was making fun of you at that time?
No. You know, that's one thing. I was always, I can't say the smart kid, but I was always on that path. So I spent many of my summers in upper bound programs.
Okay. Okay.
I went to another program called Secondary Student Trading Program. They introduced me to the University of Iowa, where I ended up going to college. So I spent my summers doing those type of things. So my friends, I was always on the track to go to college. So my friends and my groups, they, you know, there never was a, you know, any type of chiding or, you know, any type of, you know, making fun of me going to college, because I guess my groups pretty much expected that from me.
Yes, sir.
And that was a requirement, and I trickled down amongst my children. They have that requirement and expectation as well. So
like making that transition into college, coming from Waterloo, would you say that was like a big environmental change for you, or like were you able to like get accustomed to the environment of the college? Because the University of Iowa, that's a big campus, you know, party school. So
Absolutely.
How was that for you?
So being that I went to these programs every summer,
yes, sir,
I was a little acclimated to what to expect on college, how to get around on the, you know, college campus and get to class in different time and walking from this way and walking. So that was the easy part. The hard part of making the transition was the freedom.
Yeah, yes.
You know,
Yes, sir.
the freedom. Like, you know, you grew up, mama, hey, boy, get up, go to school. In college, there's no one there to make you go. You know what I'm saying? It's late, take your butt to bed, you got school in the morning. I didn't have that in college. And so my maturity level, this is all hindsight, because I look back and I think about them times often about college. But in hindsight, I realized that I wasn't self-motivated enough. Because high school, for me, I was able to turn it on and turn it off when I wanted to. I need to get a good grade on this. I can study. I can do it. I can get a good grade. I can pass. I can make it suffice. But that doesn't work on a university level in the same way, because you don't have the same interaction with the professors. You said at University of Iowa, you know, I go into McBride Hall, have a lecture. It's 350 other students in there.
Jeez.
You know, so the professor don't know me from Adam, you know what I mean? Yeah. So if I'm there or not, he wouldn't have, you know, he's in there to give a 50-minute lecture, and it's on me, you know. And so, you know, and I probably played more basketball and cut more hair than I did go to class. And subsequently, you know, I had to withdraw from the University of Iowa.
Yes, sir. So like, okay, so when was it until you were able to meet your wife, your first wife?
Well, I cut hair, and so my first year in college, I walked into college with 18 credits.
Okay.
From that stuff I did all those summers. So I had, matter of fact, I had 12 credits. I'm sorry. 12 credits when I walked in. And so you got to have 30 credits in order to be a sophomore. I barely made it. So I made 9 credits first semester, 9 credits second semester, but I had 12. So I made it to be a sophomore. So the next year I made a sophomore. I saw where this train was going. I was cutting hair. I was doing things. I wasn't going to school like I was supposed to. I was getting a little disenchanted, so I left. And I came here.